I had 6 questions about copyright, but I learned answers to these questions while earning the Creative Commons certificate for educators in the summer of 2025. At the beginning of class, things were a little bit blurry and I had a hard time seeing, but the good folks at Creative Commons helped give me the tools to enlighten me and also help me see clearly. Why does copyright exist? Copyright exists as a way to assert the intellectual property rights for the authors of creative works. It seeks to balance the interests of the authors so that they may profit from the things they create, and the public so that they can benefit from those works, interrogate them, and be inspired by them to create things of their own. What can be copyrighted? Any original, literary, or artistic work can be copyrighted. Literary or artistic has a broad definition and includes everything from software and databases to poetry and pottery. Facts and ideas cannot be copyrighted, but the original expression of facts and ideas can be. That's how and why copyright also covers educational or nonfiction works, like a textbook or biography, even though the facts and ideas presented within are not copyrighted. No one can copyright the fact that Aaron Burr killed Alexander Hamilton in a duel in 1804. Not every founder got to grow old, but how those stories are told, that can be copyrighted. Is copyright the only way to assert intellectual property rights? No, there are others, including patents and trademarks. Patents are a way to secure the intellectual property rights for inventors so that their inventions can be exploited in the marketplace for a limited time. A trademark is used by businesses to prevent confusion in the marketplace. And there is a distinction within copyright between economic and moral rights. Economic rights include selling copies of a book or performing a musical adaptation of the book. Moral rights include acknowledging the author of a work. Depending on the country's laws, moral rights under copyright can affect economic rights under copyright. How is copyright assigned? In the United States, copyright is automatic as soon as an original literary or artistic work is fixed in a tangible medium and it does not have to be registered. So, that rhyme you know to be slick, but you want the ownership to stick just by using your voice, and copyright's not a choice, so don't leave it at home, but record it with your phone. The owner of the copyright is generally the individual who created the work, but it's possible that work created as part of someone's employment or while under contract may be owned by the employer or organization that hired the contractor. And if a work is jointly created, the creators may be joint owners of the copyright. Other countries have different laws. What is the public domain? Like all good things, copyright comes to an end. Depending on the country, that time is decades after the original author died. At that point, copyright protection ends and those original creative works can be used by anyone for any reason. This is called public domain. Note that moral rights under copyright still may apply. Public domain also applies automatically to some works based on national laws, especially those countries that have ratified the Berne Convention for the Protection of Literary and Artistic Works in 1886. These works include the official text of administrative, legislative, and legal documents. Some places even place all works created by government employees in the public domain. In those places that require that copyright registration be maintained, an author's failure to maintain registration for a work means that work can't enter the public domain. Finally, authors can dedicate their work to the public domain at any time by using the public domain license from Creative Commons. Are there any exceptions or limitations to copyright? Yes, even a work that is copyrighted can be used without permission for certain reasons. For example, the United States uses the fair use test, which asks 4 questions of the use of copyrighted material: the purpose and character of the use, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of the portion used, and the effect of the use upon the potential market for the copyrighted work. In addition, some other countries have what's called compulsory licensing, where copyright holders cannot object to a particular use of their protected works, but must be compensated for each use of their protected works. Finally, countries that have ratified the Marrakesh Treaty of 2013 allow for copyright exceptions to facilitate the creation of accessible versions of books and other copyrighted works for the visually impaired. I hope that these answers to your 6 questions have been helpful in that. Wait, what? Oh, you have a 7th question. Is this video copyrighted? Yes, it is, but it's licensed under Creative Commons Attribution. That means anyone can use it and adapt it without restrictions, except to give me the credit as the original author and indicate if any changes were made. A link to the license is in the description for this video.